Welcome back to a little bit of Common Crazy. Today I'm going to share with you my DIY candle holders, so stick around. Hi, my name is Jennifer. I'm so glad you are here and I can't wait to share with you my DIY project for today. But before we even get started, if you are new to my channel, I would love for you to subscribe. And if you click that little bell, that's the way you are notified every time that I upload a video. Today I will be sharing with you these farmhouse candle holders and I can't wait. You guys, if you were to go to the store to buy these, generally they are around $40 and I was able to do all three for about $15. Just so you know, I am not necessarily a DIY expert. I just have fun with it, and I think that's the purpose behind it, is to have fun creating, and that is exactly what I am doing, and I'm taking you along for that journey. When I make something that I love, I want to share it with you, and I can't wait for you to see how these candle holders came together. It wasn't perfect, it wasn't smooth, there were bumps along the way, but I love the end result. I would love to know if this is a project that you plan to tackle. Leave that for me in the comments below, and let's just jump on into the video.
For this project, I will be using 3 chair legs, of course, all of different heights, 6 of the clay saucers, some chalk paint, E6000, and I will also be grabbing some gel stain to get the final look that I am going for. So the very first thing that I need to do is to take out the screw. So all you have to do is twist it out. So I've done that to the other 2, so I'm going to do it to this one, and then I will move on. So I start off by painting all 3 of the wooden chair legs. Once I have painted all 3 of them, I set them aside to let them dry. After I paint all the wood, I go in to paint the clay saucers. Now, to be honest, I wish I would have painted the clay saucers first, so I could have painted the inside of all of them, let them dry while I painted the wood, and then come back to paint the underside of them. Before you paint the underside of them, you do want to make sure that you remove the sticker, and then paint those up, and again, set these aside to let them dry. Now, after it dries, you can leave it here and not do the next step, or you can see what I do next. Once everything has had time to dry, I'm going to go in with a gel stain to get the look that I'm going for. Now, you can do this with a glaze instead if that is what you're more comfortable using. That is actually what I initially wanted to do, but I wasn't sure where the glaze was and my husband was busy at work and I didn't want to bother him. So I was a little too impatient to wait. So I improvised and I'm using the gel stain instead. So when you go in with the gel stain, it's a pretty thick, almost kind of like a paint consistency. And at first, I actually am applying too much to this smaller one, and I will get a little bit better as I go on. But I do have another step that I will be doing to get the final look that I'm looking for. I'm taking the tiniest amount of stain on the tip of the brush, and before I even go into the saucer or even the wood, I'm dabbing that onto a paper towel to even make it a little bit less, because it takes the tiniest amount of stain and it will go a long way. I also make sure that I'm rubbing the stain all in the same direction so that it'll smudge kind of even as I'm rubbing up and down, but it keeps everything going in the same direction. I think that's kind of important, especially if you're working with wood with a grain. You want to make sure that you're doing the stain so that it matches the grain that you're using. I will finish staining the rest of the pieces and let them dry for a few hours before moving on to the last step that I want to do to get my desired look. Now, I wanted the stain or a glaze to give me the depth of color that I wanted. I wanted this to have lots of depth and dimension in its color and in its distressing look. But this is a lot more brown than I actually do want, so I'm going to go back in with the paint and I'm going to paint over it, not really with a thick coat. You're still going to see the stain come through, but I couldn't just go in with a stain and then sand because of the terracotta pots. Like, I had to think a little bit more about how to make the pots blend into the wood so everything seems like it's the same material. So for me, doing it in this 3-step process is what worked best for me and to get the outcome that I was looking for. Again, a glaze would have worked as well as the gel stain, but This is what I had, and I still find that what I ended up with was what I was hoping to end up with. So I will continue to paint a thin layer of paint on all of the wood pieces as well as all of the saucers. I really love how the stain looks showing through the white and just the layers that it adds to it. It just gives it such a dimension, and it's not flat. It's just exactly what I was hoping it would be. Once everything is done painted, you can let it dry for a few hours or even overnight. After letting it dry, I'm going in with 100 grit sandpaper to add again some more texture and depth to my wood. I'm sanding kind of some of the high points here and there and just creating the look that I'm looking for. So this is just a little bit random, nothing specific, anything goes. Once you're happy with your distressing, it's now time to attach. So I'm taking the E6000 to the bottom of the wood and I'm going to place it onto the saucer and just press that down. So make sure that your saucer is going upwards. And then this time I'm going to place it again onto the wood. You can kind of see that, and place the saucer on top of that again going upwards. And you're going to set it aside and let it dry. Now it does take about 30 minutes to dry for movement and then about 24 hours to cure completely. As you can see, I have mine all ready and decorated for the fall, but these are absolutely not just for the fall or seasonal in general. They can be used all year round. I do hope that you love this, and if you do, please give this video a big thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe to my channel, and I will catch you in the next video. Bye.